Hey gang, Scott here. In my last ON1 video, I talked about the masking panel and how most often you don't need to go use it for your basic masking jobs. You can just handle everything right with the tools. A couple of exceptions where you want to use things like feather or density. Great to dive into the masking panel. I forgot to mention luminosity masks, another great reason. Different videos on that, go check them out. But I did mention intersect mode. And the same photo that I was working on, I realized there's a very good example of when you'd want to use intersect mode, and I'm going to show it to you here and explain why I'm choosing to do that. This is where you want to pop that masking panel open and flip the mode on one of the masks to intersect. So let's have a go at it. This is one of the sample photos that comes with Photo RAW 2026. So if you want to try this along with your machine, you can follow along the steps here. And this is about where I left off from the last video, where I'd done the basics and I did some dynamic contrast for all these different the rocks, the land formations. And what I'm looking at now, you can see I have the locals area open. Bunch of things got added by Brilliance AI. Fine, I'm not touching those. But it's these mountain areas up in here where there's just some haze. There's some just kind of grayish kind of atmosphere. It's just a little bit chalky or hazy. I want to deal with that, but I want there to be a nice gentle fade off where I want more of that effect on the right side where there's much this is parts in shadow, and as it approaches the light source, because the light's coming in from somewhere and hitting these sides of the peaks, these parts are hidden. I want it to fade off gently. So this is where we're going to use masking, of course, to do this, but we're also going to leverage intersect mode, and we'll see how. So first thing is we need to get an adjustment here. So I've got the locals open, and let's just use Quick Mask AI. We're going to add by default, and let's add in these areas of the hills. That's about all we need. All right, we're going to check the box. It built the mask. Let me hit the O key and see what the mask did. So already the mask, the AI, it bled out farther than I wanted it to. It bled out into this area of the peaks that are in sunshine. So I'm going to ignore those right now. Make some adjustments watching this area of the photo. And so let's just kind of get in here, and what are we going to do? Midtones, take those down a little bit. You can see what's happening, right? Take those down some. I'll pop the whites up ever so slightly. And again, I'm watching only this area of the photo. A little structure will help. Let's look at the haze, pull that down some, and maybe a little bit of contrast just to push that a little more. So before and after. Okay, definitely the hillsides on the right are looking really good. And actually overall, this looks pretty okay. I could stop here, but I like to be precise. You've seen my videos before, I like to get in there and really fine tune things. This is where Intersect's gonna come in. So what I want is these changes I did to apply to this right side of the mountain and then fade off as it goes toward the left. Well, a big fade like that, gradient is a great choice, but I can't just throw the gradient on there because by default, the gradient's going to erase from one side and add to the other. Intersect is going to make some magic happen where we can get it to target just the part of the hills that we want. Let's see. So my adjustment on the right is still active. You can see it's open, selected. It's got that lighter gray tone on it. Let's go over to our masking tools and grab a gradient. So where's my gradient mask? I'll just drop one on the scene. And I never remember which direction this is going in, so I always turn on the overlay mode, or you can watch the swatch up in the corner, but I'm gonna press the O key. And I want this to affect the right side of the mountain. So roughly speaking, something like this, and fade out, something like that. But now this whole area is getting all of the impact of this adjustment, right? If I turn off the O key and kind of watch, this area down here in the blues that are reflecting the sky before and after, we can see all of those changes happening. I'm targeting much more than I want. So we're going to use intersect mode. Now, I've explained intersect mode in much more detail in a separate video, so check that one out if you're not familiar with it. But in brief, think of it like your old school Venn diagram, or if you have two colored semi-transparent circles, red and green, and then you put them in the middle and you get a third color. What does red and green make? I forget. In the center, the overlap between the two, that's what intersect is going to give you. So we'll open up the masking area. I'm going to turn on the overlay again, the O key. Here's the gradient we added. Little hamburger menu, mode, intersect. And now what I get as a result, recall from the last video I talked about, you have all the different components, they add up to a sum total. We're looking at the sum total here, and I'm pointing, I'm not painting. This is where the individual masks, the quick mask AI, and the gradient overlap or intersect. And now if I activate my gradient again, so I have the gradient mask layer selected, I pick my gradient tool, I can adjust it. I can say, all right, I want this to be here. I want this to be a really nice, smooth fade out. That part of the quick mask that attacked the left side of the mountain, so let's turn off the overlay. Like all that stuff out here, no longer part of my adjustment, and now I can fine tune it. Now to really drive this home so you can see the impact, let me just temporarily take exposure way down, right? So now you can see what I'm doing here. The intersect is limiting the impact to just where the gradient plus that quick mask overlap, and then I'll return that and then just fine tune it to where I think I like it. And so right around here is full strength to the right hand side, and then it fades off to the left. Turning on the overlay again, you can see that. And so that is a really great example of when you'd want to use Intersect. It is a very powerful tool, takes a little time to get your mind around it. Check out the other video, I did a much deeper dive on Intersect. And there you go. So any other questions, go ahead and drop them below as usual. And until next time, my name is Scott Davenport. Have fun.